Welcome back, everybody. Artificial intelligence is causing some new problems for police in Round Rock. They say officers recently responded to at least 2 calls where videos generated by AI led to false reports of home invasions.
Police said these hoaxes could divert resources and even delay responses to actual emergencies. And they warned of the legal consequences someone could face because of this. Today we are joined by Round Rock Police Commander Andy McKinney to talk through what's happening here. Commander, welcome and thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
So nice for you to be here because a lot of our viewers at home have been very interested in this story. Explain for us, though, what these AI-generated videos showed and how they led to calls to police.
Generally, it shows the person's home, and they're at home, and there's usually a homeless man they've been using in their home, and they will usually text that to a family member saying, hey, there's a homeless man, they're hungry, they want this, they won't leave, they're sleeping on the couch, and just different scenes. And it looks real to someone that just initially quickly looks at it, and then it causes a response from the family member to call 911 because they're concerned about what's happening at their home. So they call 911, the family member's stressed. You can actually listen to the 911 tapes, you can hear the stress in the voice, they relay the information. We think there's a true home invasion going on. So officers respond, expedited, we're in a hurry because we think somebody is maybe in danger, we're trying to get there. And generally the family member is rushing there as well. So we're pulling police resources for what we find out it's a prank. And we're also having generally a civilian getting home in a hurry. So we don't know how they're driving. So there's lots of safety concerns. So it's a harmless prank, you think. Sounds like a lot of fun, but there's some true risk that it causes in the end.
A bit of a domino effect of risk, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
Too. So the warning your department put out this week urged parents to talk to their kids about this trend.
Right.
Is that the situation that you're seeing in Round Rock? Did the calls that officers respond to come from kids sending these videos to their parents, or who was instigating this in Round Rock?
In the incident we're talking about, it was adult kids. It was family members thinking it was a really good prank, and it was adult kids and family members that are still living in the house that was causing this response at this time. And so we're encouraging everybody to have the conversation around the dinner table, coffee, have this conversation because it sounds funny, but they're not looking at the consequences it may cause. So we want everyone to talk about it and realize, hey, is this going to cause some unintended consequence that may be unsafe? And it takes 911 resources away from someone that may need it, like your neighbor.
Exactly. Well, police also warned that making a false report to law enforcement is a criminal offense. So what would you like people to understand about that?
It can be a criminal offense, and we will investigate it that way. Right now, we want people to be educated and have the conversation so we can maybe stop this from happening in the future. But in the end of the day, it can cause us to do a criminal investigation that could lead to legal consequences.
We know that AI is really infiltrating every part of people's lives. So what kind of work is the department doing to take it into account when it gets reports or in other facets of the job?
Things like this, we're using media outlets, we're using social media, we're trying to get in the front and notify people of these trends. AI can be a fun tool, but it can also be a dangerous tool as well if it's not used properly. So education, I think, is the first step in this, and we're encouraging everyone to have conversations and use it appropriately.
And is this something that you ever expected to see in your job, and that investigations would maybe even surround and involve artificial intelligence?
Absolutely not. I started this career 28 years ago, and it wasn't something even heard of, and now that we're dealing with this, and when I first heard it as the commander of patrol, I heard it and I'm like, what happened? And I didn't realize it was an AI trend. I had to get educated myself as well, and I've even had my own conversations with my own family about this as well.
What are some other ways that you could see this playing out? Has the department learned a lot, I'm sure, from responding to these 2 instances?
It can cause unintended consequences like we talked about. It can, people are trying to have fun with it, but in the end of the day, they're not thinking past the prank. And so I want to go back to encouraging everyone to have the conversation, realize that AI can be a really unique and fun tool, but there's also going to be some dangers with it, and continue to have those conversations at home.
All right, maybe this will kind of start some of those. But Commander Andy McKinney with the Round Rock Police Department, thanks so much again for joining us today and being here in person to talk about this.
Thank you all very much. Thank you for the time.
Yeah.